Wonderful Wednesday, Discover and Recover Yoga folks. Welcome. Um, it's the 10th of April. It's 2024, but you knew that. We had the massive energetic component this week in the central part of Indiana as the totality of the eclipse went through its swath on its trek from the southwest, entering Mexico through Texas up through the midsection of the country, including Indianapolis, Indiana, where the whole area of the region was just overtaken with eclipse mania, and it was absolutely breathtaking. I've seen, pictures of total eclipses, the totality. I've probably witnessed it in a movie or in some kind of online thing, but to be present in the moment when the moon and covered up it was it's hard to put into words. And granted, it was only 3.5 minutes, but just the energy, the connection, the vibrancy to witness that was absolutely breathtaking. So maybe perhaps some of you were in that path or know people that were. So just that energetic component to start this week. And then I wanted to share that this weekend I spent with the yoga teacher, my yoga teacher, Rolf, R-O-L-F Gates. He comes into Indianapolis where I'm training at City Yoga every other month. Every other month we do virtual. Every other month we do it in person. And he was here that on Saturday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with some intensive training with an overarching theme of the knowing mind versus the thinking mind. And it just helped me to clarify the knowing mind as he was talking about it. I wasn't 100% sure how to get my arms wrapped around it, but the way he just simply described it, as the NCAA tournament, both the women's and the men's was unfolding, he used the reference to a player out of the University of Iowa. Her name is Caitlin Clark. Some of you may know her. She's pretty famous. She's because of she's getting a lot of notoriety in with her prowess, her expertise as one of the top female basketball players in the NCAA. When she receives the ball, when she gets the ball, she knows exactly what to do. She's going to pivot right. She's going to pivot left. She's going to drive for the basket. She's going to pass. There's not a moment to pause and think about what's next because of the repetition. She's probably done tens of thousands of free throws. She's probably done millions of dribbles, played thousands of games, and that repetition, that connection, she just knows intuitively what to do. She didn't have to think about it. So premise you could apply to a variety of things, work related, in your personal life and relationships. There's this concept of the knowing mind versus the thinking mind. So with that, we begin seated. I'm going to go ahead and draw myself back onto my meditation cushion. And the idea, we know it. We're knowing we are seated. Don't have to think about it, and actually that idea that we know we're sitting, for some it's not that easy. Perhaps there is some challenges with hips or knees. Perhaps you're recovering from an injury. Just the simple act of seating may take a little bit of thinking about that. Is this place safe? I work with seniors. Nobody's under the age of 80. We do chair yoga. And I watch them. They have, make their way onto the chair in an intentional fashion. So they make sure that they're grounded. So here we are, knowing we're sitting, knowing how we're showing up, and I'm hoping you're showing up in a positive fashion. You're feeling energetic, you're feeling connected, upbeat. It doesn't, that showing up that way is not, we're not going to show up that way all the time, but my hope and desire is that you are at this moment. And then the breath, we know the breath is moving. We know we're going to breathe. That's a given. Yeah. But I'd like you to know, for us here to be more intentional, more grounding, more connected to that nostril or that the diaphragmatic breath. The cleansing breath. A few rounds of that. All right, next in breath, let's sweep the arms wide and high. As you reach the top, palms kiss. And at this juncture, it makes you purposely press foot pads, maybe even fingertips. I know we've got some climbers that watch this video or participate. So maybe it's fingertips, maybe it's palms connected, heels and hands connect. I want you to just isolate isometric exercise for the shoulder heads. So fingertips, palms, maybe stay connected as we keep going. You press as hard as you like. For 3, just breathing steady into that. For 2. Nice. Now on 1, right hand to the floor, left arm up and over. So we're going to warm up the spine by moving laterally over to the right side. Long line of energy through that left side of the body is the introduction of moving ahead. We talked about that rather. I'm going to press my latching wants to come. So I'm going to purposely press in the left side body. We go for 3. Breathing into that for 2. All right, here we go. Left hand behind the head. My inhale is going to draw the left elbow back, but the exhale is bringing left elbow to right thigh, maybe the right knee. Inhale, you open and twist. Exhale is the fold and condense. So that's the motion. Taking it, and that's what we're going to begin that nostril breathing. In through the nose, out through the nose. So we go for 4. Breathing into that for 3. 2. Last one. All right, returning back to the heart space. If there's an idea of purpose and intention, maybe the purpose, the concept is this: the thinking mind versus the knowing mind. How that might resonate, how it might land. Once again, sweep the arms wide and high, palms kiss. Maybe it's fingertips, maybe it's finger pads, heels and hands, whatever that's going to work for you as you find that level of engagement. Pressing as light or as tight or as hard or as soft as you like for 3. Keep reaching, keep pressing for 2. All right, here we go. Left hand down. Right. Same thing, other side. Right hip is pressing in. Movement ahead, yes. Or no, maybe it's left fingertips walk a little further over. Oh, hello, right side body for 3. Breathing into that for 2. You guessed it. All right, right hand behind the head. Same thing, other side. We push it open on the inhale. Exhale, we condense. So there's a twist on each side. I'll guide you through this. Inhale, you draw that right elbow back. Exhale. And if it makes it to the knee or the thigh, great. If it doesn't, no worries. Just warming up the spine with this twist. We'll go for 4. Nostril breathing, guiding you for 3. 2. Last one. Okay. Returning to your seated posture, perhaps it's cross-legged. You could opt to have knees up, sitting on the knees in hero's pose, butterfly pose. Assess in this moment. Are we thinking about what's happening next? Are we just knowing the practice will unfold as it does? Wrapping those fingertips around the knees or the shins. Inhale for seated cow. Exhale for seated cat. So we're going to get the spine warmed up by moving laterally, by having the twist, and then introducing cow. Just a gentle reminder, keep the shoulders soft. I don't know why. For me, myself, I sometimes creep the shoulders up by the ears. I know I see a lot of my students doing the same. Not a lot, but it's pretty common. Here we go for 4. Gentle reminder to tilt the pelvic bowl forward on the inhale. Exhale, tilt it back for 3. Pelvic bowl for 2. All right, last one. As you return to neutral, wherever the hands want to go, we're going to let that torso steam on top of it. So we'll just add this little element for hips, low back. Yeah. So it was a place called Coxall Gardens. It's a park not far from my home here in Farmland, Indiana, where there's hundreds of people gathered for the event on Monday, the eclipse. A lot with really high-powered telescopes with the proper lenses to gaze directly at the sun. my partner Paul and I got a chance to look through. Now reverse that, please. We looked at it come from Bend, Indiana, down to the central part of the state to, and these guys were huge. I don't know if they were astronomers, but they were certainly it was certainly a very huge hobby that they had. For three, hello, we're back for two. All right, here we go. DNR yoga folks, pause, realign, readjust, and just simply let go. And it's not that the thinking mind, there's anything wrong with the thinking mind. Well, that's what the brain does. It thinks, hello. I think we'll go to tabletop. Right. Hands and knees, tabletop. Let me go ahead and put 100% of the weight into that into almost the left hand. Of the right hand is finding the mat. And I'm gonna do the best job I can to align right shoulder, right elbow, and right wrist. We'll get some that's very hard for them to straighten that right elbow or that right arm the best you can. So about 97% of the weight onto my left hand, about 3.5% of the weight onto the back of the right hand as we hold here. Big stretch. I know that this helps. This is climbers do this. This is a pretty good stretch if you're needing the wrists to be really supple and powerful as we go for three. Let's keep going, almost there for two. All right, let's release the right hand. I'm going to suggest the fingers wiggle. The wrist rotates. And then a pretty shakeout. And then land all 5 knuckles. You can start hoping as you put 100% weight into that right hand. But it's okay. All right, so left hand. Same thing. Back of the left hand to the floor. To your right. We're going to try to get shoulder, elbow, and wrist to come into alignment. Similarly, 97% of the weight onto that right hand, 3% or so onto the left. Yeah. A little wrist. Okay. All is well. The breath continues to flow like water. Thank you, Bruce Lee. And Rick. We talked a lot about the breath flow like water with Rolf, the teacher, this weekend for teacher training as we go for 3. That's almost there for 2. All right, release that left hand finger wiggle first. Slight wrist rotation second, and then a shake out. And then landing, yes, all 5 knuckles of that left hand, and hopefully it feels pretty good. Toes tuck. Let's do the other end of this. Yes, arms and hips, heels to heels. So that's that lovely stretch, soles and the balls of the feet. And I was thinking about, that knowing mind and the thinking mind when it applies to climbers. I mean, knuckle climber, done it, maybe, I did several times when I was at school in Montana, but that was 40 years ago. But when you're climbing on the wall, where placement is, where the hand's going to go, where the foot's going to go. You've maybe studied the trail, the route. You've studied the route, and so there's a knowing when you're coming into that. So now we know that we get the nice stretch to the soles and the balls. If that's too much, you can bring the hands to the thighs or bring the hands down to the mat. As we just pause here. Just relax the throat, relax the jaw. We'll breathe into this for 4. Nice, going into this for 3. Almost there for 2. All right, back to hands and knees. As you untuck the toes, you may recall this from practice. So we tap the tops of the feet onto the mat. Nice. All right. Just similarly, when we had those palms come back to the mat after we're getting a stretch, now the balls of feet on the mat, and we lift the hips. Now we're facing dog. Chest towards side, gaze towards the belly button. So please make it your own. I'm just going to come out. I just want to reiterate: you bend the knees one after the other. Maybe the knees bend simultaneously. Maybe you pivot, or I should say, you bend one knee and the other, where the tail starts to wag. I'm going to gently remind everybody to move the head. And a little shoulder shimmy. This. And maybe slight inter-rotation of forearms. It's almost as if the hands and the elbows are drawn towards the middle of the mat. You might feel a nice engagement across the shoulder blades. But eventually, we're up onto the tiptoes. Now let's speaking of on the balls, lead both heels back right corner. And that's it. Now inhale back to center, exhale both heels back left corner. Okay. One more time each side. Inhale to center. Exhale the balls. Yeah, we're pivoting the balls feet back, heels to the back right corner, back to center. Exhale back left corner. Back to center. You're way up onto the toes, but this time as you exhale, let's bend with knees, look between the thumbs. So take our journey to the top of the mat, standing forward fold. Yeah. But please let go. For me, I have a little baby bend to the knees. If you have no issues with your low back, you certainly might want to have the legs straight. All right, eventually palms to shins. Let's draw the crown of the head forward. That's nice half lift. Fold it back here. One more time. Palms to the shins. Maybe peace fingers back. Draw the heart forward. Exhale, fold it back in. All right, arms around like wings, reverse swan. That's going to take us to standing. I'm going to face the camera. My head's cut off a little bit. Palms meet. And then exhale, hands to the heart center. Adjust the camera just a bit. So back to the heart space where those who are familiar with my classes, I instruct heart centers, really good stuff emanates kindness and compassion, empathy and tolerance. Yeah, patience and forgiveness, but ultimately love emanating and pouring forth the heart center. Hands come down to the sides. I'm shifting the weight to that right leg. One-legged mountain pose is coming up a little add-on. So all I'm doing is lifting this left leg, keeping that left knee relatively still as I pendulum the lower portion of that left leg from side to side. What I'm trying to do is to get that hip to move in the socket. Pick this up from, believe it or not, Instagram. Watching one a guy follow on Instagram. So just rocking the lower portion of that left leg from side to side. Here we go for 4. It's also balance if you need to use something, a wall or a table for a prop. Absolutely. Here's 3, 2. Nice. Now on 1, left foot finds the floor. Give yourself a moment to reset. Mountain pose. Gentle reminder to mitigate that forward head tilt. Weight to that left foot, right leg lifts. Okay. Right. In that concept of let's stabilize before we mobilize. Find this one-legged mountain pose. Right knee is going to stay relatively still, and same principle. We're just, you just send it down this side for me. We're just swinging. Let's control the bottom part of that right leg from side to side. Looking through that right hip flexor, that right hip joint, that ball and socket, even though mine's artificial. Here we go for 4. Whew, coming out of it, we keep going. Here's 3, 2. All right, last one. All right, landing that right foot, pause. I'm going to suggest we come a little wider with the stance. And we're just going to hula hoop. We're just going to circle the hips. Hands can be on the hips. You can let the hands come down by the side. Seeing how that feels. Hope it unfolds well. In this direction for 3. Here's 2. All right, now on 1, reverse, other way. Here's 3, 2. All right, on 1, pause. I'm going to bring my feet back to about hip distance. I'm joining you back at the top of the mat. Inhale, we'll circle on 1, and maybe a little baby back bend. Exhale, it's swan dive, flat back, forward fold. Peace fingers mat of palms to shins, half lift. Exhale, fold it in. All right, this time, if you feel warm enough, you can hop it back. Otherwise, walk it back. Make position. Push up. I'm going to guide you guys through this. We'll hold for 3. Almost there for 2. On 1, let's lower the knees. Lift the hips to the floor. Back there. I have the tops of my feet pressing into the mat. Wrists right underneath the shoulders. A little bit even back there. Some will find this engagement of be a little more engaging than others. My hips are, so we'll call this a little, well, quite frankly, outbound. All right, rebend the knees. reach up the toes, back in the downward facing dog. Okay, now we're gonna do that 2 more times. I'm gonna walk you through it. Inhale to plank, knees lower, feet flatten, hips release to the mat. Find that back. This is static, and I'm gonna come out and come. My low back's been doing that all weekend as we did it. We through teacher training, but you're staying in a static posture. We'll hold for 3. Let's soften the shoulders away from the hips for 2. Once again, rebend the knees, retuck the toes, relift the hips back to the downward dog. Nice. Get that nicely reorganized, reset. Now here we go. Inhale to plank. Let's go plank. Just love the opportunity to build some strength. Maybe get a yogi push up or 2. You can do from the knees as a variation. That's wise. We'll hold that plank for 3. Breathing into that for 2. Left hand right. Once again, knees lower, feet flat. Draw the hips to the mat. Let them float. Shoulders are soft. And if you have a strain in the sternum, below lumbars, we hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. Let's now rebend the knees, retuck the toes, back to the downward facing dog. Yeah. Nice. Okay, once this is set up, here we go. Right leg will lift. As you exhale, draw the right foot through, smooth step to the top of the mat. Low lunge. Okay. From low lunge, I'd like you to come up to high lunge. So think about long to the side of the body, this buoyancy, which we talk about pretty regularly. I want to follow that left foot. So I like to do, it's like to ground that left foot. I'm going to suggest we're on the ball until we reach a little higher. Now, transition to warrior 2. That left foot will now ground. Yeah. Lower knee, right ankle are stacked. Forward left comes back. Classic warrior 2. Inhale, let's exalt. Right hand high, left hand low. Nice. Hopefully that keeps that nice bend into that right knee as we reach the left hand, maybe down the left leg, maybe wrap trail low back as we hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. Now back up to the warrior 2, please. Inhale, we're all through the fingertips, but side angle. Some will bring the right hand to that right thigh. This is just the right forearm. The left arm is going to do its deal as it bisects that left ear. Oh, yeah. Nice long line of bend from the outer edge of that left foot to the left middle fingers. We hold for 3. Nice breathing into that for 2. Nice. Now come back up to the warrior 2, please. I'm going to pick up these right toes. Now, pivoting on our right heel, turning to the left as we have this. We'll call it 5-pointed star. So the limbs on 4 points of the star, the cloud is the 5th point. Inhale, you might shine the back. As you exhale, draw the hands to the hips and hinge from the waist. Forward fold. Well, there's this thing going on. For years, I heard this cueing that the feet need to be parallel to the short edge of the mat. I'm going to say we let the feet go wherever they want to. Maybe at a bit of an angle. Crown the head drapes to the floor. Nice. All right, let's take the left hand, right hand underneath your nose, left hand to the skin. Big twist. Release. Left hand down, right arm to the sky. Release. One more time. Right hand down, left arm lifts. Release. Left hand down, right arm lifts. Release. Beautiful. All right. Let's pivot to the back of the mat. You're just going to take a different direction. Left foot is forward, right foot is back, and let's rise up high, lunge on this side. So left foot is forward, right foot is back. For that buoyancy, that bounce as we hold for 3, think about long through the side of the body for 2. All right, here we go. Transition warrior 2. Left arm front, right arm back. You're just facing the back of the mat. This is for inhale, exalt, left hand high, right hand low. Yeah. Nice. Here we go. We'll hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. All right, back out to the warrior 2, please. Inhale long through the fingers. Here we go. Left forearm to left thigh. Right arm finds that side angle. Some will extend side angle. Take that left hand to the instep of the left foot. Didn't mention that on the other side. Sorry, forgot about that. As we hold for 3. For me to do side angle, I use a block the inside of that left foot. For 2. Nice. Now come back up to the warrior 2, please. Now lift your pick up. Lift your pick up. We pivot on the left heel. We're back to this wide-legged, this position. And once again, hands and hips and fold. Flat back, forward, fold. Yeah. Hands once again find their way underneath the shoulders. There's a document as you might be able to heel toe the feet a little wide. Eventually, right hand to left right shin, right ankle, make the top of our foot, left arm floats over there as well. Nice. Hold that steady for 3. You're letting that core kind of cascade over that right thigh for 2. That one, come back to center. Other side. Left ankle, left shin, left ankle, left foot, right hand floats over. Nice. Hold that steady for 3. Breathing into that for 2. Nice. Come back to center. Okay, I lost track of which direction. I want you to just go ahead, get back to the front of the mat. I don't know if that's your right foot or left foot, frankly. Let's bring this front foot back, lower to the knees, child's pose. Yeah. Pick this off. Yeah. Big breath in. This is one of those opportunities to take a nice, full, rich, and deep cleansing breath out. Here we go for 3. Let's all as well breathing into that for 2. All right, here we go, DNR yoga folks. Let's on 1, hinge forward to table, reach up the toes, really lift. We're back to the downward facing dog. Yeah. Get this nicely set up. Chest towards side, gaze towards the belly button. When you're ready, right leg will lift. As we exhale, bringing that right knee towards left elbow. Right knee towards left elbow. Chance to thread that right foot through. You can keep wrists right underneath the shoulders, or maybe take that left arm to the ceiling. A little wild thing, a little fallen triangle. Just be in this position. Otherwise, you're going to keep that left hand down. So we hold for 3. Breaking steps for 2. Now, eventually, left hand and eyes meet the mat. Right leg unfurls back to the 3 line. And then draw that right foot forward. The lunge. Nice. Pausing here. I'm going to lower that left knee, flatten that left foot. Maybe that left knee stretch back a little further. I'm going to take right foot underneath right thigh, left foot underneath left thigh. No, underneath, form underneath right thigh as well. So we do this little bind thing. Nice. Beautiful. We'll hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. Now let's reframe that left foot, that right foot. Curl. Actually, I'm going to take a block to the instep of my right foot. Left hand is on that block or the mat. Right left is full under, right arm lifts, revolve crescent. Nice. Beautiful. We'll hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. Now let's revolve the crescent the other way. Right hand to the outside of the right foot. I'm going to switch my block over there. Left arm lifts. So we've entered this position pretty regularly. It changes the center of gravity quite a bit as we hold for 3. We're breathing into that for 2. Now left hand comes down. Right foot comes back. High push up goes to low push up. You can try that chaturanga. High push up to low push up. Inhale draws the heart through. We had a little back. Look that back. But eventually we're back to the upside down breathing. Back to downward dog. Okay. Thinking mind versus the knowing mind. Okay, here we go. Once you know you have a pretty well established downward dog, left leg lifts. 3 limb. You guessed it, left knee towards right elbow. A little threading of that left leg through. Right arm to left. Otherwise, the right hand stays to the mat. We'll fall in triangles. You may be open and shine that beautiful heart. We hold for 3. You're breathing steady into that for 2. Now, eventually, right hand and eyes back to the mat. Left leg once again unfurls. And then usually left leg at the top of the mat. Smooth step. Ooh, yeah. A little harder for me. Right knee lowers. Right foot flattens. Left forearm underneath left thigh. Left forearm underneath left thigh. We bind. Right. We're hugging that thigh. We'll hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. Now let's frame that left foot. Right toes will eventually curl under. Right knee will lift. Right hand to the instep of that left foot, left arm lifts, revolve, crescent. Nice. We'll breathe into this for 3. Think about left arm at 12 o'clock, right arm at 6 o'clock for 2. Now let's switch. Left hand goes down. I'm taking that left to the outside of my left foot, right arm lifts. Same thing, other side. Just a different variation of revolve crescent. We'll hold for 3. If it's easy, you can lower that right knee, flatten that right foot for 2. Now eventually, right hand touch down. Right foot comes up, back to that standing forward fold. He's going to that position to kind of lift. Exhale, please let it go, wherever it is. We have our standing forward fold back. Some will grab the calves, somebody grab the Achilles tendon. I've got key fingers to wrap around the big toes. Some students will place the hands, palms up underneath the feet. Oh yeah, we go. So you might get a nice massage to the hands. And we hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. All right, now, any bind you have, please let it go as we once again stack. One vertebra on top of the other. We're going to face the music, face the camera, mountain pose. All is well. Pause to reassess where we are at this juncture of the practice. Beautiful. All right, we had that one-legged mountain pose. We're coming to tree. Wait to that. For me, it's the right foot. I'm going to externally rotate this left hip, and you guessed it. Right foot, left foot to right ankle, right calf will be inside the right thigh. I'm trying to build some equanimity. Left foot against right thigh, right thigh against left foot. Some balance, you know. We know what the trees do, they sway. Arms can lift. Maybe they stay low. I'm just suggesting, because in a moment, we're going to have a little transition. Nice. You know the balance challenge there if you so desire to take it as we go for 3. It's almost there for 2. Now, please, the suggestion is to float the hands to the low back and bind. Inhale, draws the knuckles towards the earth, the collarbone spread, the shoulder blade squeeze. With the bind, I suggest the gaze goes towards the ceiling. Yeah. Here we go. We'll hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. All right, here we go, Dinar. Let's let go. Okay. Back to Tadasana. Back to mountain pose. Relax the hands, relax the throat, relax the jaw. Wait to that left foot. Here we go. Right hip's going to rotate a bit. Kickstand version. We talk about that as being a great variation. Right foot, left ankle, left calf, inside left thigh. Again, equanimity. Trying to create similar engagement of right foot to left thigh to right foot. Whatever the arms would like to do at this moment. If you want to practice that balance challenge, you do that at this juncture as well. Maybe just, I remember years and years ago, in the first round of teacher training, to look down and out. I don't feel down and out, but actually, I think the teacher would say, look up and out. And I would have my gaze go down. But eventually, yes, hands to the low back. Less dominant thumb on top as you draw the knuckles south. Draw the knuckles south. Collarbone spread, shoulder squeeze, and then the gaze to the ceiling. The gaze to the sky. Just not happening for me today, and that's okay. So hopefully it's working for you. Hold for 3. Breathing into that for 2. All right, release and let go. Mountain. Okay, I'm going to join you guys once again at the top of the mat. Inhale, once again, little swan dive, or little baby back dive. And then we find the swan dive. Forward fold. Okay. Peace finish matter, palms to shins, half lift. Now from this half lift, let's take our arms out like wings. So here, rest the palms or shoulder arms, and let's wing on. Right finger to flow, left finger to tie. Back to center, other side. Left finger to flow, right finger to tie to center. One more time each side. All right, find that forward fold, beautiful. However you want to find your way to hands and knees. Back on the tabletop. Okay. Another great connection for low back, chest, body pose. So I'm thinking hips and knees. I'm staying nice on. I'm simply walking my hands forward, melting forehead, bridge of the nose. Perhaps you might get chin and chest. For me, it's forehead, bridge of the nose. Some students, I've got some students that have enough flexibility in that thoracic spine, upper spine, to bring chest. There's no way my chest is going to make it to the mat. Be kind to yourselves in puppy pose. If you got a dog at home, this is that they do it in the morning. Paws go forward, hind quarters go towards the ceiling. Here we go for 3. Breathing into that for 2. So draw those wrists back underneath the shoulders. Back to hands and knees. Some practitioners will cross the ankles, draw the hips and the legs come forward. I'm going to go ahead, uncross the ankles, lower my left hip, swing my legs around to the front. Step pose. Okay. From this position, I'm taking that right foot nestling inside my left thigh. Right foot's going to nestle inside my left thigh. Arms are going to lift. I want to cascade over that left leg. One legged standing, one legged seated. Fortunately, we're not standing here. Okay. We've done this though, I think the last couple of sessions. Once you're positioned, right hand to the outside of the left calf, maybe the outside of the left shin, maybe that right hand is to the outside of the left foot. The left arm's going to thread underneath the chin. Maybe the left hand makes it to the right thigh, maybe to the right knee. Big twist is happening. You have the twist, you're going to be looking underneath that right armpit. If that doesn't work, don't do it. Here we go for 3. Check in with that breath, let it flow like water. For 2, if you have that twist, release. Both hands, you're going to come walk up that extended left leg. Pause, reset. Right leg goes long. Left foot nestles inside that right thigh. Same principle, same action. Arms lift, and we're going to cascade over the right thigh. Okay. Once that's established, you guessed it. Left hand wraps around right shoulder, right calf, maybe the outer edge of that right foot. Left arm threads through. So I'll invite you through this. Left hand might make its way to wrap around the left knee. I'll be gazing underneath that left armpit. If that doesn't work, having both hands down that right leg is awesome. Be kind to yourself. Here we go for 3. It's almost there for 2. Now, if you have that twist, untwist yourself. Let's walk hands up the outstretched right leg. Good. Left leg comes out to meet the right. Making sure you've got room behind you as the toes point and the feet. Toes point, fingertips. And we're going to slow our roll to the mat. Take your time. Adjust yourself on the mat. Let's find morning stretch, shall we? Whatever time, it's late afternoon here in the central part of Indiana. We're on. Some people think we might be on Central Time. We're definitely on Eastern Time. Inhale, you might shine a little brighter, but on the exhale, both knees draw in. So we've got this bind. Suggestion is to give yourself a little movement side to side. Some like to go front to back. Okay, release the body. Let's sit in a chair on our back. So think about thighs perpendicular to the floor. Calves parallel, feet are relaxed. Both arms also perpendicular to the floor, setting up for dead bug. So I'm going to start. Right arm back, left leg forward. Okay, back to center. Left arm back, right leg forward, and then back to center. So that's the motion. You always have one arm perpendicular to the mat and one leg going long. But it's funny, when I do that with a group, the brain doesn't make the connection of opposite hand, opposite arm, and opposite leg often. Both arms want to start to float to the back. So this is the key. One arm is always perpendicular. It's opposite leg and opposite arm. We'll go for 5. Dead posture, dead bug posture. Here we go for 4. For 3. Here's 2. Last one. Soles of feet on the mat, hands down. Ooh, good job, guys. Beautiful. I'm going to take that right knee and fully cross it over left. I'm going to scooch my hips a little bit to the right side of the mat. Arms come out like wings, knees float to the right, gaze is left. Here's a suggestion. On an inhale, that right thigh might draw a little closer towards the midline. I'm going to keep my right thigh right where it's at. It just feels better. Some practitioners on inhale will float that right thigh a little closer to the heart center as we hold for 3. It's breathing, not the breath, but the position. 2. Nice. Now gently come back to center. Hips will lead the way, the knees will follow, uncross. You'll shake out other side. Left knee fully crosses over the right, the hips a little bit to the left side of the mat. Float the knees right, gaze is left. Okay. Similarly, an inhale may draw that left thigh closer to the heart center. I'm going to keep mine right where it's at. Just feels better, but you might have that range of motion in this spinal twist as we go for 4. Here we go, breathing into that for 3. Almost there for 2. Now, here we go. Let's come back to center. The hips lead the way, the knees follow. Yeah, uncrossing. Perhaps a little shimmy out. And then here we go, being our yoga folks. Let's make our way to rest. Right ankle finds its way to maybe the lower right corner of the mat, left ankle to the lower left corner of the mat, hands down to the side, palms up. I've heard some instructors talk about a little more receiving of energy, palms down, a little more grounding. Find your sweet spot. If that means a little hip shimmy, a little shoulder shimmy, and maybe reintroducing another really beautiful cleansing breath pattern. Absolutely. I'm just adjusting this necklace and we pause. Knowing mind says we're resting. And who knows, the thinking mind might be going off in other directions. What am I going to have for dinner tonight? What's left on my to-do list? Where did I put XYZ? You know, the thinking mind. It's doing what the mind does. It thinks. But the mind also knows. On mind but time. A few more moments. Coming is an invitation to do something we've never done on DNR yoga. Pick this up from as one of the teachers during 300-hour yoga teacher training this weekend did a teach back and included this motion. So we're in our supine, we're in our relaxed savasana. You're going to simply take the tongue and brush it from right to left across the top teeth. As if you're cleaning the teeth, right? The tongue is going to brush right to left across the top teeth, and then it's going to go from left to right. What's that? I messed it up. We're going from left to right on the top teeth, and then right to left on the bottom teeth. All right, now pause. I'm going to walk us through this. I'll guide us through. So hopefully you have that sensation, that somatic move. It's, guess what, working the tongue. So we're going to go six clockwise rotations, starting in the upper left corner of the teeth, over to the right, sweeping along the lower teeth. That's one. Let's keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pause. If you rock the jaw back, now it's the exact same motion going counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just notice, for some, it is for me, the tongue got a little workout, tongue's a little tired. I can tell you the instructor, my fellow teacher said, we would ultimately, from a workout perspective, from a somatic practice, work up to doing it 25 times each way for a total of 50 rotations. Once again, reach the arms overhead. Morning stretch. Held up extremities, ankles, wrists, toes, and fingers. Inhale, we make Chandra brighter, but here we go. Draw the knees in. Another squeeze, another movement, front to back, side to side, perhaps. Some students, the suggestion and invitation is to float to one side or the other. I'm floating on my right side. My right arm is that little connection as my side of my right side of my head just lets that right arm be a little cushion. If it feels better to stay on your back, absolutely. I mean, you might revisit your purpose for the practice, sending some love, some light out to a loved one, or maybe that idea of the knowing mind versus the thinking mind. However you want to find a way to seated. I'm pressing up, returning back onto my meditation cushion. You might have a bolster, a blanket. I'm revisiting Sukhasana, which is simply a term we use to call happy pose, cross-legged. Everything reassesses in this moment. Everything realigns, readjusts. And we reconnect palms to the center of the chest. Another deep gratitude, DNR Yoga folks. Questions, comments, thoughts, ideas, feedback, always welcome. At the heart center, acknowledging what emanates, kindness and compassion, empathy and tolerance, patience and forgiveness. Wow, those are key ones, but ultimately love. And in that traditional fashion to seal this practice, please know the divine light, the teacher, and the spirit that dwells within me indeed with a bunch of gratitude. And hopefully a mindset and a heart set towards understanding the thinking mind versus the knowing mind. Bows to the divine light, to the divine teacher, and the divine spirit in you guys. Namaste. Okay. Till next week. Lots of water. Be well. Love you guys.